Hi, welcome back to A's for Addict. This is going to be a book between books. I'm just going to talk about my personal addiction. Unfortunately, I can't talk on behalf of anybody else, but I'm going to talk about what addiction is for me and what it has done to my life. I want to start off by saying, or by trying to remember a verse that I read that I carried through my whole addictive journey, which was it goes something like this: why do I do the evil I wish not to do, but the good I wish to do I do not do? Those words rang in my ears for all the years, because there was always a part of me that was, why am I doing this? Why can't I stop? Why don't I want to stop? And I forgot, because we as addicts know that it's an uncontrollable disease, man. We know that it's unmanageable and we can't get help. We know, we try, but to be able to actually get somewhere is so difficult for us. They say get a sponsor, it helps. I can tell you now, for any addict out there, and any addict can attest to this, that I can have a sponsor, somebody that's been clean and that I can call when I'm in times of need, when I feel like I can't handle things anymore. I'm going to use. When an addict gets to that stage, for them to actually pick up that phone and call that sponsor, it's going to take such a strong-willed person, because you don't want help at that stage. You don't want somebody to talk you out of doing what your mind has already set in place that you're going to do. Again, this must be talking for myself, because I've been there. I've been there, sitting there, and I know I'm going to use, and I know it's wrong, I know I shouldn't, and I know I've got somebody to call, and I don't. And the reason I don't call them is because I don't want them to stop me. It's such a cold, hard truth about an addict. We are unlovable. We become such a burden to everybody in our lives, and I know this because I've done it. The burden that we put on people, our mothers and our fathers, our friends, our partners, we put such burdens on them, and I want them all to know, from me and from other addicts, because I know addicts feel like this. We are sorry, man. The addiction has got such control of us that our actions are not really our own anymore. The addiction has taken control of our minds so badly that the only thing that matters is the next fix for us. We're not interested in the help that you're offering. We're interested in the next fix. Anything less than being locked in a room is not going to work for us at that stage, because we're going to find a way out to go and get our fix, either through manipulation or through harm, or there will always be a way for us to do it. I'm busy now on book 21 that's going to come out soon, which is coming to the end of my addictive journey and into where I started recovery. And it's going to be mentioned that I still struggle to explain to anybody how I eventually found a way out and how I became clean. I had failed so many times in my life trying to find a way out of this hole that I dug for myself, and I couldn't do it. And eventually things just happened for me, and I stopped using. I'm praying and I'm hoping this happens for a lot of other addicts. But for addicts that are watching this, I need you to understand that there is recovery after years of addiction. It doesn't matter if it's been 5 or 10 or 15 years that you've been addicted or that you've been using hard drugs. Recovery is still possible. It's still available. You can still do it. I know how hard these things are. I know that a lot of you don't have anybody anymore, nobody that you can turn to. But for yourselves, you've got to find a way to do it. I can't tell you the way out. I don't know. I just know that you can never give up. Once you give up and you resign yourself to, I'm an addict, this is my life, this is all I'm good for, you will never make it. You'll never make it. You need to see your self-worth. You are worth much more than nothing. I can promise you. You can be living on the street at the moment and have absolutely nothing to your name, and everybody in your world could have written you off. But to yourself, you need to mean something, and you need to take that something and hold on to it, and don't lose yourself completely in this addiction. There's nothing more that addiction wants, that the darkness wants out of you, than to take complete control of you and your mind and everything that you are. It doesn't want you to want anything else except to use, except that next fix. I've been on the cusp of that, of completely losing myself. Suicide, I contemplated many times because I had nothing else. I had nobody. And wouldn't the darkness have been happy then? Wouldn't it have then pleased Satan and the demons that I had given up my life to go spend eternity down there? It's exactly what it would have done. But I never gave up. I continued to try. I continued to pray. You won't believe me if I tell you that throughout my addiction I prayed. I always prayed. I never lost my faith. I'm not saying that for you, your faith or praying is going to be the thing that's going to save you. What I am saying is that you need to see yourself more than useless. You're not useless. You're not worthless. You are somebody. You are something. You've been made. You know what it takes to run a human body. You know what it takes to keep you up and about and making plans and everything for your fix every day. It's not something that just happens. So you are worth something. You are worth a whole lot more than you think you are. And people that are caring for addicts, it's very easy to give up on us. I understand that. We have hurt you. We have stolen from you. Some of you, we have harmed you. But it is such a huge plea and something I can't expect everybody to do. But don't give up on an addict. Do not give up, because sometimes you are the last person that we've got, even though we've let you down 1,000,000 times. And maybe we let you down 1,000,001. But you're the only thing we've got. And if we don't have anything to hold on to, getting lost in that void, getting lost in addiction is such a big possibility for us, that we get lost in it and we never ever get out. I thank God that I've had the people around me that I've had. And I thank God that the people that wrote me off have taken me back. Throughout these books, the amount of people that have contacted me and that reached out and got in contact with me to say they're glad to see that I'm talking about this. Do you know what a great feeling that is of support? How much stronger it makes me to want to continue. How much better it makes me to want to just help everybody that I can. So you people count. You people that are caring for addicts, the ones that love us, you count so much. We might not act like it. We might behave like we don't need you. But we need you. We need you daily. We need you in our lives. I know how hard it is. I don't know what other words to put that. I know how hard it is. But have faith and keep strong. And don't just leave us to die. I know so many people that have lost their way and haven't made it back. I lived with people that are now passed on. Just on the top, just in my thoughts at the moment, I can think of 3 of them. Young guys that have passed on and left their families behind. Don't give up on them. Try the best that you can to help them. In my next book, I'll be talking about recovery. I'll be talking about my life when things started getting better and I started seeing the light and things started changing for me. I hope that other addicts out there will have the same story to tell one day, that their lives got better. I'm available in the comment section. Drop me comments. I'd love to speak to you. I'd love to give a word of advice or motivation where I can. These books were all about, it started off about alleviating the pain that I was carrying. It started off about lifting a weight that I had on my heart, and it's moved more over to being able to help those that need it, because making these books has made me realize how lucky I am, how blessed I am that I'm still here today, and all the people that I still have around me. So thank you for joining me. Come back, watch the rest of the books, watch my recovery, and thank you for the time. Please subscribe to my channel so I can see the word is getting around that recovery is possible, and please share with those that need it. Thank you once again for joining me. Have a good day. Stay blessed. Cheers.